Welcome to Quiz Time. I'm your quiz master, Sean, and I've got 100 questions for you about general knowledge history, arts, entertainment, maybe some mathematics. At any rate, it'll keep our brains young and we'll have some fun. Shall we get started? Let's begin. How many breeds of elephant are there in the world today? Are there 2 species, 3 species, or 5 species? There are 3 species: African, forest, and Asian elephants. Which Disney princess has the least amount of screen time? Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, or Cinderella? Sleeping Beauty only has 18 minutes of screen time. Which is Shakespeare's shortest play? The Taming of the Shrew, The Comedy of Errors, or Titus Andronicus? Shakespeare's shortest play is The Comedy of Errors. What is Prince William's full name? William Arthur Louis Windsor, William Andrew Louis Windsor, or William Arthur Philip Louis Windsor? His full name is William Arthur Philip Louis Windsor. In terms of volume, what is the world's largest lake? Is it Lake Huron, Lake Baikal, or Lake Erie? The world's largest lake by volume is Lake Baikal. In which year was Marmite invented? 1902, 1905, or 1909? Marmite was invented in 1902. Who has won the most Academy Awards? Kathy Bates, Betty White, or Katharine Hepburn? The most Academy Awards have been won by Katharine Hepburn. What is the capital of St. Lucia? Castries, Soufriere, or Mycode? The capital of St. Lucia is Castries. Who designed the Eiffel Tower? Arthur Eiffel, Gustav Eiffel, or Albert Eiffel? The Eiffel Tower was designed by Gustav Eiffel. In what month of 2007 was the first iPhone released? It was released in the month of June, the 29th to be specific. Name the longest river in the UK. The longest river in the UK is the River Severn. It's 354 kilometers long. In what year was Scarface released? 1978, 1983, or 1994? Scarface was released in 1983. Who was the youngest British Prime Minister? Archibald Primrose, William Gladstone, or William Pitt? The youngest British Prime Minister was William Pitt. Which English city was once known as Duralapante? Chester, Cambridge, or Bath? And that would be Cambridge. Which fashion house is behind the infamous perfume Light Blue? Jean Paul, DKNY, or Dolce and Gabbana? And that would be Dolce and Gabbana. In what year did Vincent van Gogh die? 1860, 1890, or 1901? Van Gogh passed away in 1890. Who won the Booker Prize in 2019? J.K. Rowling, Toni Morrison, or Margaret Atwood? And that was won by Margaret Atwood. What is the capital city of Tanzania? Tabora, Dodoma, or Tanga? The capital city of Tanzania is Dodoma. What is Joe Biden's middle name? Is it Robinette, Robin, or Rory? Joe Biden's middle name is Robinette. Where would you find the world's oldest pot plant? Boboli Gardens, Monet's Gardens, or Kew Gardens? The world's oldest pot plant is in Kew Gardens. What is Cher's full name? Sherilyn Sarkisian, Sherilyn Sarkassian, or Sherilyn Sarkissian? Her full name is Sherilyn Sarkisian. How many digits are in pi? 42.5 billion decimals, 62.8 trillion decimals, or 97.2 trillion decimals? 62.8 trillion decimals. What is cryophobia the fear of? Buildings, fire and heat, or ice and cold? Cryophobia is the fear of ice and cold. What is the smallest city in England? St. David's, Ely, or Truro? The smallest city in England is St. David's. Which actor has a tattoo of a Heinz ketchup bottle on his leg? Michael Welch, Kellen Lutz, or Jackson Rathbone? Jackson Rathbone has a tattoo of a Heinz ketchup bottle on his leg. True or false? Nutmeg, if consumed in large quantities, produces a hallucinogenic effect. That's true. But don't try it. Which food did President Zachary Taylor die of an overdose from? Green potatoes, cherries and milk, or almond nuts and apple juice? Cherries and milk. I didn't even know you could die of an overdose of that. Luanda is the capital city of which country? Malawi, Botswana, or Angola? Luanda is the capital city of Angola. Which playground game used to be an Olympic sport until 1920? Dominoes, tug of war, or pickup sticks? Tug of war used to be an Olympic sport. Which Icelandic geothermal location shares the same name as a 1980 film? The Blue Lagoon, Strokur, or Hellisheidi? That's the Blue Lagoon. Which popular tourist destination was once called the Island of Swine? Miami, Cuba, or Colombia? Cuba. Which African country is the smallest by land area? Swaziland, Mauritius, or Seychelles? And that would be Seychelles. Seychelles. What was Henry VIII's first wife's first name? Isabella, Catherine, or Andrea? Henry VIII's first wife's first name was Catherine. Which was the first country to give women the right to vote? New Zealand, Australia, or Fiji? And that would be New Zealand. Barani and Randolph are techniques used in which sport? Bossa ball, soapbox racing, or trampolining? And that would be trampolining. Who is the only U.S. president in history who has been impeached twice? Donald Trump, George Bush, or Jimmy Carter? Donald Trump has been impeached twice. Which country was the first to legalize same-sex marriage? Japan, the Netherlands, or Germany? That would be the Netherlands. How many members are there in the United Nations? 176, 205, or 193? There are 193 member states in the United Nations. Who was involved in the creation of the Communist Manifesto along with Karl Marx? Friedrich Engels, Adam Smith, or Robert Owen? That would be Friedrich Engels. What is the tallest mountain in North America? Mount Bear, Denali, or Mount McKinley? The tallest mountain in North America is Mount McKinley. Who was the first black woman to be elected to the United States Congress? Vicki Buckley, Shirley Chisholm, or Mia Love? And that would be Shirley Chisholm. Which country has the world's largest army? China, Russia, or Canada? China has the world's largest army. Which country has the world's largest Muslim population? Algeria, Sudan, or Indonesia? And that would be Indonesia. In which country is the airport of Hamilton Kinley Field located? Is that in Bermuda, Cuba, or Canada? That's located in Bermuda. In which year did America declare its independence from England? 1791, 1789, or 1776? And that was the year 1776. Who led India to independence from the British Raj in 1947? Rushdie, Patel, or Gandhi? And that would be Gandhi. Who is considered the father of the American Revolution? Is that George Washington, Samuel Adams, or Bill Clinton? The father of the American Revolution, Samuel Adams. Where can you find Sati, the classic juniper-flavored beer? Is that in Austria, Belgium, or Finland? And you'll find that in Finland. What year did Russia annex Crimea? 2014, 2010, or 2012? Russia annexed Crimea in 2014. Who is the patron saint of Venice? Saint Mark, Saint Teresa, or Saint Luke? The patron saint of Venice is Saint Mark. What are electrophobes afraid of? Electorophobes, dirt, insects, or chickens? Electorophobes. They fear chickens. What type of tree is pictured on the Lebanese flag? Is that a cedar tree, an oak tree, or a willow tree? Pictured on the Lebanese flag is a cedar tree. How old was Queen Victoria when she died? Was she 88, 81, or 90 years old? Queen Victoria was 81 years old when she passed away. How many Tour de France victories do Jacques Anquetil and Miguel Indurain each hold? 9, 7, or 5? They each hold 5 Tour de France victories. In which country was the 1987 Ski Jumping World Championship held? England, Germany, or Iceland? They were held in Germany. The pitaya fruit is more commonly known by what English name? The strawberry pear, the dragon fruit, or the durian? That would be the dragon fruit. Who surpassed Elon Musk as the richest person in the world in 2023? Jeffrey Bezos, Bernard Arnault, or Larry Ellison? Bernard Arnault. In which mountain range is the source of the River Severn? The Cambrian Mountains, the Cascade Range, or the Klamath Mountains? That would be the Cambrian Mountains. Aboracum was previously the Roman name for which English city? Plymouth, Leicester, or York? That would be the Roman name for York. Ash, Tracy, Brock, and Mist are all characters in which manga series? Sonic X, Pokemon, or Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexa? That would be Pokemon. Who was the 6th President of the United States? John Quincy Adams, James Monroe, or James Madison? John Quincy Adams. Which Australian cricket ground is commonly known as the Gabba? The Sydney Cricket Ground, the Brisbane Cricket Ground, or the Melbourne Cricket Ground? The Gabba is the Brisbane Cricket Ground. Which of the below is a nickname of Luton Town Football Club? The Bees, the Gunners, or the Hatters? And that would be the Hatters. Which New York City pub is an important part of the gay liberation movement? The Elgin, Yard House, or Stonewall Inn? And that would be Stonewall Inn. E equals mc squared is Einstein's famous formula for what theory? Plate tectonics, special relativity, or general relativity? And that's the formula for special relativity. Along with Melilla, which other Spanish city borders Morocco? Seville, Granada, or Ceuta? And that would be the town of Ceuta. Which actor plays the character of Lucas Sinclair in the series Stranger Things? And that would be Caleb McLaughlin. Chef Jamie Oliver was born and raised in which British county? Essex, Norfolk, or Lancashire? And that would be Essex. According to Greek mythology, who was a god of fire and blacksmiths? Cephalus, Hephaestus, or Dionysus? And that would be Hephaestus. Who wrote the fantasy novel American Gods? David Eddings, Melanie Ron, or Neil Gaiman? And that would be Neil Gaiman. In what year did the French Revolution begin? 1793, 1789, or 1802? The French Revolution began in 1789. Which is the national animal of Germany? Is it the golden eagle, the bald eagle, or the harpy eagle? The national animal of Germany is the golden eagle. What is a term for the husk that surrounds the coffee fruit? Is that an exocarp, a malice, or a cascara? That would be a cascara. Excluding Russia, which country is the most populated in Europe? Italy, Germany, or France? The most populated country in Europe outside of Russia is Germany. Which composer wrote The Messiah? George Handel, Heinrich Schütz, or Liza Layman? And that would be George Handel. What is the chemical symbol for tungsten? V, TS, or W? The chemical symbol for tungsten is W. The guitarist of rock band Motley Crue is professionally known as what? Gus G, Mick Mars, or Nikki Sixx? And that would be Mick Mars. In which city is Ye Old Fighting Cocks pub in England? Reading, St. Albans, or Ripon? The pub Ye Old Fighting Cocks is in St. Albans. In which African country would you find the Orapa Diamond Mine? Ghana, South Africa, or Botswana? You'd find that in Botswana. Coccinella is a Latin term for what common beetle? The ladybug, the weevil, or the firefly? The coccinella is a ladybug. In what year did the Bahamas gain independence from Great Britain? 1979, 1967, or 1973? The Bahamas gained their independence in 1973. At which Olympics did women's boxing make its official Olympic debut? Beijing in 2008, London in 2012, or Rio in 2016? It was at London in 2012. Which English philosopher wrote Leviathan in 1651? Thomas Hobbes, David Hume, or George Berkeley? Leviathan was written by Thomas Hobbes. Which British cathedral is known for its central octagonal tower? Christ Church Cathedral, Lincoln Cathedral, or Ely Cathedral? And that would be Ely Cathedral. In Celsius, what is the melting point of gold? 1,933 degrees Celsius, 1,064 degrees Celsius, or 987 degrees Celsius? The melting point of gold is 1,064 degrees Celsius. True or false? The largest species of owl in the world is a barn owl. Is that true? Or is that false? That is false. Blakiston's fish owl is the largest. What is the capital of Tajikistan? Kujand, Dunshabi, or Panjkent? The capital of Tajikistan is Dunshabi. Who invented peanut butter? Charles P. Strite, John Lawson Johnston, or Marcellus Gilmore Edson? Peanut butter was invented by Marcellus Gilmore Edson. The films The King's Speech and The English Patient feature which English actor? Colin Firth, Christian Bale, or Michael Caine? They feature Colin Firth. What did Temujin change his name to? Moshki Khan, Batu Khan, or Genghis Khan? He changed his name to Genghis Khan. What tribe was Boadicea the head of? The Kontiatsi, the Iceni, or the Briganti? He's the head of the Iceni tribe. Which U.S. state in 1907 was the last to declare Christmas a legal holiday? Oklahoma, Georgia, or Arizona? The last state to declare Christmas a legal holiday? Oklahoma. With which sport would you have associated Jockey Wilson? The ear pull, darts, or underwater hockey? Jockey Wilson is associated with darts. Which heavyweight boxer was known as the real deal? Was that Evander Holyfield, Vladimir Klitschko, or Joe Louis? The real deal is Evander Holyfield. What is the unit of currency in Laos? The buck, the kip, or the chip? In Laos, they spend kips. Who claimed he could drive away the devil with a fart? Martin Luther, George Spalatin, or Johann von Staupitz? That would be attributed to Martin Luther. What was Hugh Hefner's jet plane named? One O Wonder, Old Shaky, or Big Bunny? Hugh Hefner's jet plane was named Big Bunny. And question 100. What was the original name of Google? Live Search, Back Rub, or Jerry and David's Guide to WWW? The original name of Google was Back Rub. Why did they change it? Thanks for playing Quiz Time. Drop your score in the comments, please, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any more quiz times. You'll want them when they come up, don't you? Of course you do. Thanks for playing. We'll catch you next time.